Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yeah, we finally did resolve this range, this sideways range we have been in for quite a while here. We obviously had this upside resistance, this lower side support. And then obviously ultimately we had these other levels of support as well, which gave way as well. So yeah, a nice expansion of volatility here. Sadly it didn't come to the upside, it came to the downside, but I mean that's all we were looking at. It was just levels based on what the stock market pretty much was doing. Obviously this is an exaggerated move relative to the stock market, but this is crypto and we just know this is how crypto works. But yeah, broke down, obviously lost this horizontal as well, at which point if we lost the 52,500 we were back into this range, at the bottom of this range being all the way down here, which is literally where we've tagged, and we now find ourselves back smack bang in the middle of this range. So obviously we've got increased volatility now, so we could have another nice test down. Maybe we don't get as low as the wick, maybe we get down to 44s, or we could just get a squeeze back up and then well, basically trade in what would be the top half of our previous range that we were in here for a while. So i.e. Basically from where we are now up towards the $53,000 level. Yeah, so that is kind of what we're looking at. A nice big flush out. You do get these in Bitcoin bull markets, obviously from top to bottom, pretty big move. If we want to have a quick look. Yeah, about 40% move, 40% pullback. That is just par for the course with Bitcoin. I have been in previous bull cycles been caught out I wasn't massively over leveraged, but I was leveraged, but been caught out with moves down, with wicks down like this, only to see the market then go on, obviously onwards and upwards to new all-time highs. But not necessarily saying that is what's going to happen. A lot of it comes down to where stock markets go, what the central banks do. The short end of the yield curve, the 2-year Fed note is basically going mad. Literally pricing in three rate hikes next year, which I'm telling you now, they are not happening. These rate hikes are not happening next year. The yield curve is pricing, and the stock market has to deal with that. But I'm telling you now, they're not happening. So read into that what you will. Any market weakness based off that is not gonna, it's basically what I said, what we've got happening here is political pressure on short-termism, whatever it is, and political pressure on the Fed, or political pressure that's causing the short-termism, obviously because the Democrats want to get re-elected, and they know inflation is a problem, so they need to pressure the Fed to make it look like it's doing something. But the Fed has a longer-term view. The longer-term view, obviously, is clearly deflationary and has been for like 30 or 40 years, has been forever, basically. And yeah, you get blips of inflation. This is a blip due to supply chains and an increase in demand from stimmy checks and that. But realistically, these rate hikes are not happening next year, and that's that. And we will go onwards and upwards once the market realizes that. So there you go. But obviously we have volatility in the meantime. If we want to look at the DXY, oops, not on this one, we'll go firstly we will go to our beloved Ethereum Satoshi pair. Nice move here, nice move. I was quickly listening to Tone Vader's live stream, popped up, literally hating on Eth. He's such a negative negative guy. He's just got a negative face, a negative voice, and maybe it's because we've been conditioned to not really like basically those dirty Russians by movies over all the years, and he's basically a Russian, isn't he? He literally is a cartoon villain. I mean, that guy literally in the crypto world, he is basically the gold bug. He is the Peter Schiff of the actual crypto world. It's Bitcoin only, Bitcoin only, Bitcoin only. Just the same as Peter Schiff is like, it's gold only, set in his ways, and doesn't really understand the wider ecosystem that's being developed, because basically he is a clown. But we've had discussions about Tone Vader being a clown a long time ago, because Tone Vader is a clown. But anyway, Ethereum Satoshi pairing looking very good here though. So if we do basically establish a higher value relationship now, and then this market starts to stabilize, we can expect this to push onwards and upwards as the market recovers, if that is what is to happen. Ethereum USD pairing also very nicely looking, well, very nicely tested this lower level, and now looking to try and regain basically what's pretty much the $4,000 level, which would be pretty important if it does. This is an important level, this is an important level, the wick to get down to there, and then if we re-establish price action above there, would look very good, and Ethereum would look very, very strong here. Ethereum Satoshi pairing will probably accelerate past this high, and Ethereum will probably do really well. Bitcoin dominance, as we can see, obviously weak off the basis of Bitcoin is pretty weak. So stock market was kind of double testing that, double bottoming at that low close, bad close realistically for the week, but it is just pinned between these two levels, so it can bounce around here before ultimately trying to make a move to the upside, which what I think it will do, but we shall have to see. Oil as well, well, just basically hovering around those lows, but is looking like it's going to try and put in a bottom here. Very quick video today because I am having to basically go out. The 10-year though is what is basically rallying. The 10-year is rallying whilst the front end is selling off, which is obviously just indicating that recession, basically, potentially, that rates are going to be lower in the future. So yeah, it's just indicating that basically if they do raise those rates 3 times next year, it's going to cause a recession. So we are getting basically this flattening of the yield curve. So yes, what else do you want to look at? Not really much else. Relatively quick video. I mean, there's not a lot of point looking at stochastics just after such a big massive move. Yeah, so realistically, we are back within our old range, smack bang in the middle. This range here, the lower end 41,000, which we've tested, the upper end 52.5, 53,000. We'll probably bounce around in here, maybe the lower half, maybe the upper half, before ultimately my guess would be we take back out, re-establish this range, trade in here, then move onwards and upwards, but it'll take time. We won't V-bottom out of it. If we do lose this, then that's when we go bearish. You'll notice the titles of my video are neutral. We will go bearish if we lose 42. So yeah, just there you go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.